Hello everyone, welcome back to another problem tutorial for BOS 223 Financial Management course. In this problem tutorial series, we're going to be looking at Chapter 4 problems of our course. We've got a few selected exercises for you. We're going to be going over them one by one, showing you how you can approach these problems. Starting off in this video, we're going to be looking at the first problem. So let's read it together. It says, here is a simplified balance sheet for low-cost farming. And then you have this screenshot of a partial balance sheet. And then it says, Locust has 657 million shares outstanding with a market price of $83 a share. Now, what's required here? Few things. A, calculate the company's market value added. Okay, so let's start with that. Now, in order to calculate the company's market value added, we need to quickly remind ourselves of the formula, which is market value added, or MVA, equals the following: market capitalization of the company, or market cap for short, minus the book value of the company's equity. Okay? So in our formula, as you can see, we have two components. We have market capitalization and book value of equity. Now for this one, we can directly get it from the partial balance sheet right here, equity, 17,532. Okay. But for the market cap, we're going to need to do some calculation. So how do we calculate the market capitalization? This component of our formula, it has its own formula as well. Market capitalization, or market cap, equals the price per share multiplied by the number of shares outstanding. Okay. Now, were we given those two pieces of information? Yes, if you go back to the question, you can see it right here. So 657 million shares outstanding, that's this part of our formula. And then the market price per share, which is $83, which is this part of our formula. So let's first calculate our market cap, which is going to equal $83 multiplied by 657 million. Okay, I'm going to refer quickly to my calculator. 83 multiplied by 657 000 000. Okay. Okay, let me do the shortcut calculation. Multiplied by 657. Okay, that'll be 54531. And then you either write 6 zeros or just write M, short for millions. Okay. And that is the market capitalization. Now that represents the total market value for that company. Okay. Now going back to our original formula, let's call it formula number 1, this one number 2. So going back and using what we found in number 2 and substituting that in formula number 1, we go back to MVA. So that means market value added equals 54531 in millions minus the book value of the equity, which was given to us right here. Okay. Now it's not clearly stated here on the question, but you can safely assume that these figures are also in millions. Okay, that is more likely than not. So that would be 17,532 million. Okay. Now just run the numbers on a calculator. 54531 minus 17532, and that will give us 36999 million. Okay, so basically 36,999,000,000. All right, so that is the answer to the first requirement in the question, part A. Let's write it right here. Now for the second requirement in the question, part B, it says calculate the market to book ratio. Okay, now the market to book ratio uses the exact same inputs as the market value added formula, right? So we're going to be using these one more time. The only thing that is going to change is the mathematical operation here in the middle. So instead of a subtraction, it's going to be a division. So we'll have the market capitalization at the top, and then in the denominator, we're going to use the book value of equity. So let's write the formula down first. Part B, market to book ratio. And as you might remember from our lecture, I have given you a hint that for any ratio that uses this naming methodology, let's call it, so it's market to book or price to earnings or whatever, something to something, that directly gives you a piece of information to tell you that you're going to need to calculate how much of a percentage does this first term represent of the second term. Okay, so to calculate it, you're going to put this at the top and this at the bottom of your fraction. Okay, so the market to book ratio equals market capitalization, or market cap for short, over the book value of equity. Okay, and as I said, we already have these two figures from our market value added formula right here. Okay, so we will substitute. This should equal 54531 million. Okay, divided by 17532 million. Okay, now all we need to do is just run the numbers on our calculator. So 54531 divided by 17532, and that would be 3.11 rounded. Okay, again, remember what I have mentioned in class about this. You should never give me a number, what I like to call a bare number. So an answer without any symbol or something to show me what that is. Okay, so you can either leave the answer, you can either write the answer this way, 3.11, and then maybe say times. Let me just move this to the side. Okay, or you can transform it into a percentage. And 3.11, if you transform it into a percentage format, that would be 311 times. Okay, so that would be the answer to part B. Typically for values in ratio analysis, for values that is over than or more than 1, we don't normally transform them into a percentage. We just leave them as a multiple. Okay, يسمونه بالعربي مكرر, or multiple in English. So this pretty much shows us how many times is the market capitalization higher than the book value of equity. Okay, Now let's see the last part. Part C says how much value has the company created for its shareholder, if any. So have they actually created value? Clearly yes, because the market value added calculation gave us 36,999,000,000 of market value added. Okay, so how much, or the question says, how much value has the company created for its shareholders? You can use your answer in part A, okay, and put it in words, or you can use this right here, your answer for part B, and also put it in words, as long as you show that you understand what you're saying, right? So for part C, you could say the company has created 311%, or 3.11 times the equity in added value. Okay, or you could put it in dollar amount format and say the company has created $36,999,000,000 of value added. All right, this is how you can approach the first question. If you still have any issues or any questions, please feel free to drop them down in the comments, and I'll try my best to respond to each and every question. Thank you so much for watching, and until I see you in the next problem tutorial, keep on learning. Take care.